Even if we were 98% similar, that's still 35 million differences. And that's a lot to happen just from some accidental copying errors.
Very impressive. You know, I give you credit for taking the time to think through this, but here's what you're missing. Time.
Time?
Yeah.
What about time?
Even though you think evolution needs to produce all that new information, and maybe so, evolution occurs slowly, bit by bit, millions and millions of years. There's plenty of time to generate all that new information. In fact, for human evolution, we know it took 6 million years.
I found an article called The Waiting Time Problem. The main point was that when we study mutations and how they occur and how often they occur and what their effects are, the more we realize that mutation cannot account for the massive amount of new information that would be required for evolution.
Where did you find this article?
Hold on, let me check. Here it is. It was from the Theoretical Biology and Medical Modeling, which is part of the Biomed Central.
Did they happen to give you any specifics, or were they just bashing evolution?
They weren't attempting to make fun of evolution. This was a scientific research article in a peer-reviewed publication. They were simply discussing what we've learned about the rates and effects of mutation.
So, give me some details.
Okay, let me read it so I get it right. They designed a software system called Mendel's Accountant, which takes data from studying mutations in a real world and allows them to ask questions like how long would it take for mutation to generate useful new information. Mutations don't help if they are destroying existing information, or if they're not related to one another, or if they don't appear in the same time, in the same species, in the same place. Otherwise, they couldn't build on each other.
And?
Well, they asked the software how long would it take to get just 2 of the needed mutations, and then get them fixed in the species. Evolution supposedly needs 300 to 600 million new letters, or a minimum of 35 million if the 98% similarity is accurate, which we know it's not. 2 changes doesn't really do anything, but they wanted to see how long it would take just to get started.
And what did they find?
It would take 84 million years.
What? That can't be true.
Then they asked how long it would take for 8 changes. Again, just 8 changes. And it came out to 18.4 billion years.
What?
That's what the article indicated. I did further reading and found out that this general problem has been known for quite a while. It goes back to something called Haldane's dilemma, which deemed there wasn't enough time for the evolutionary process to produce the amounts of genetic information required by evolution.
Well, thank you for bringing this to my attention, but I think it's best we stick with the science being taught in the curriculum. I'll see you in class next week.